I just like his stride on this kind of track. Jim?
Jack, I think we could have a Triple Crown winner this year, and if we do, I think it will be the favorite in today's race, Holy Bull. I like him. We all, of course, hope that the horses have a clean trip today, and there are no breathtaking moments like we had in 1987. It was in 1987 that Ali Shiva, driving down the stretch, clipped heels with Bet twice and almost went to his knees. Not only did he get up, avoiding a terrible tragedy, but he went on to victory. When complimented on getting the horse back up, jockey Chris McCarron said the horse did it himself.
You have to look for that idea that excites you. For example, I started thinking, let's make food be fresher, as fresh as it used to be when I was a kid. What we're working on will allow food processors to track the food as it moves along. Such a machine is in our future. DuPont allows its people the freedom to go after hunches. The idea simmers, the idea percolates. Fresh food. There's nothing artificial about a moment of inspiration.
East of the Texas Hill Country in Austin, there's a place that just won't let you go home hungry. It's called Threadgill's. And here you might find yourself behind a great big chicken fried steak, a mountain of red beans and rice, or even a microphone. So if you go, bring your appetite for a good time and your Visa card. Because Threadgill's might let you take the stage, but they won't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
One shot. That's all it takes for weeds. Roundup.
Usually Johnny sprays the Krylon spray paint and I get it on me. Not this time.
Look, no runs, no drips, no errors. Dries to the touch in minutes. The other brand's tacky.
Good job.
I'm a pro.
For a fast, smooth, professional finish, get Krylon.
This is Roger Twybill reporting from the Barton Creek Country Club in Austin, Texas, where the second round of the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf has been completed, and Dale Douglas and Charlie Cootie hold a two-shot lead over Rodriguez and Dent and Murphy and Colbert. Be sure to join us for final round coverage tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern Time.
Back again at Churchill Downs. It won't be too long now before the horses take to the race course. Again, a look at the infield. Rather remarkably, the crowd today is over 130,000, despite the torrential rains that we had earlier in the afternoon. 130,594, they tell us. There are the Twin Spires. Overhead, the Goodyear blimp. As always, our old pal, our old friend up there, getting magnificent pictures for them. Bit windy up there. They've been getting blown around, but those gentlemen are professionals. And there is the sight from the Goodyear blimp. The sloppy racetrack, dark in color today from the rains that we had. And once again, there's the paddock judge. Riders up. They're on their way to the race course. You know, we've wondered for years why we get a tear in our eye when they play my old Kentucky home and we're not from Kentucky. I think maybe it's a blend of emotions. There's the favorite, Holy Bull and Mike Smith. And the other horses, well, a little problem there perhaps with number 14, Smiling Singing Sam. Yeah, I think maybe it's the emotion that you feel from viewing beauty, from the beautiful silks and the magnificent thoroughbreds themselves, blended with the emotion of excitement that we feel because it's almost time for the Kentucky Derby. And then inside somewhere, I think we all have a little fear because we know that it can be dangerous out there.
The management of
Maybe
Churchill
that's what
Downs
brings a
proudly
tear to our
presents the
eye.
120th running of the Kentucky Derby.
Lafitte Pinkai, age 47.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join the University of Louisville Cardinal Marching Band, directed by David Tolberg, in singing My Old Kentucky Home.
Now let's take a look at the post parade. Number 1, Burt Bacharach's Soul of the Matter, a son of the one-time beaten Derby favorite Private Terms. The rider, Kent DeZormo. Number 2, the speedy Valiant Nature, trained by the quiet master Ron McAnally, ridden by the legendary Lafitte Pincay Jr. Number 3, Powis Castle, has not won at a distance longer than a mile. That's an oddity for a Derby horse, but he's well regarded under jockey Chris Antley. And here's the favorite, Holy Bull, number 4, the gift horse Gray with the lightning speed. Will he bring jockey Mike Smith and trainer Jimmy Kroll their first Derby win? Strode's Creek, number 5, is talented but green. Unraced as a 2-year-old, he could bring trainer Whittingham, owner Hancock, and new rider De La Houssaye each their 3rd Derby triumph. Number 6, Go for Gin, representing the same owner-trainer combination, Zito, Cornacchia, and Condren, who sent Strike the Gold to victory in 1991. Tabasco Cat, number 7, carries the hopes of 2 old friends, Bill Young and David Reynolds. Jeff Lucas, who was run down by this horse, almost killed, will be cheering for him in California. Bracco, number 8, is the Santa Anita Derby winner, the great hope of the West, second choice in the betting, hope of his 85-year-old owner, Cubby Broccoli. Let's look at number 9, Southern Rhythm, carrying the youngest jockey, Garrett Gomez. Don't overlook this horse. His recent run in the Lexington Stakes stamped him as a contender here. Bloomin' Affair, number 10, is trained by Jack Van Berg, remember, who guided Ali Shiva to fame. This horse hasn't won since last fall, but he was a surprising second in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile to Bracco. Number 11, Candelli, has been stretched. Here's number 12, the Field Horses. Bet 1, you get them all. There's Ulysses. He should set the pace today. Number 13, Mahogany Hill, will come from way back if he can. 14 is the Remington Park Derby winner, Smiling, Singin' Sam. And we'll get a look at 14. 14, Smilin', Singin' Sam, who may make a good early run for Dogwood Stables. And one more horse, number 15, the Flamingo Stakes winner, Meadow Flight. And remember, the saddle cloth numbers are not the post positions. And now for some long shots, Charles E. Canty.
Well, several horses could be expected to have more of an impact than their long prices imply. You can watch to see Ulysses in the vicinity of Holy Bull for the first half mile. Him along with Smiling, Singin' Sam, this pair could take a little bit of starch out of Holy Bull early on. Stretch running Mahogany Hall sports a home court advantage. He's stabled here at Churchill Downs. He was 3rd to Holy Bull in the blue grass. Meadow Flight staged a huge upset in the Flamingo at Hialeah, but he faces far taller timber here this afternoon. Now, no West Virginia bred has ever won the Kentucky Derby, but Soul of the Matter likes raindrops falling on his head, and his only stakes victory was over Bracco in the mud, so conditions suit him today, Jim.
Charlie Whittingham, the wily bald eagle of racing. There he is looking for his 3rd Derby win at age 81 with Strode's Creek. His first win came at 73, his second at age 76.
It looks like a new kind of Tylenol.
It seems to be pretty strong medicine.
It really makes you feel better.
Oh, good. Something easier to swallow.
It does look high-tech.
Introducing Extra Strength Tylenol Gel Tabs. All the power of Extra Strength Tylenol, made with an innovative patented gel coat technology. They work hard on your toughest pain.
It worked fast for me.
They did the trick. I went bowling last night.
Tylenol Gel Tabs, the newest form of powerful pain relief.
The gel tabs were strong enough to take my pain away. Got rid of my aches and pains.
That's why we're standing here talking to you.
A hologram captures all the information about light. You can see different things from different angles. That's the 3D effect. Help me, Obi-Wan. DuPont makes film that makes holography possible. Everything you can imagine doing with a hologram is sort of fun. In the future, holography could be used in book illustrations that pop to life. Heads-up displays is a way for motorists to save their eyes from fatigue. That kind of everyday problem is really what we do at DuPont. I've never thought anything was impossible.
They speak it in England, France, and Germany. It sounds the same in the U.S. and Mexico as it does in Hong Kong and Tokyo. It's the international language of business. And wherever it's spoken, Delta Airlines can put you right in the middle of the conversation. And then we'll bring you back to that Place where you don't have to say a word to be understood. Delta Airlines.
I've got the world on a string.
AT&T is giving you the world on a string. Switch and get the AT&T Business Advantage and get the whole wide, wonderful world for an entire month free. Our international business rates have never been more competitive. So switch for AT&T quality. And call the world free for a month. Just call 1-800-222-0900 by June 1st. Don't forget, let AT&T work for you.
Chrysler invites you to lease a leader. Concorde, last year's Automobile of the Year, now only $269 a month. The highly acclaimed six-passenger New Yorker, only $294. And the car that reinvented sports sedans, Chrysler LHS, is only $329. All with standard dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, and now, exceptional lease offers. Lease a leader, the award-winning cab-forward Chryslers, at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
It's coming. It's one day until the end of the world.
Something's wrong.
What did you people do? But the end of the world is just the beginning. Stephen King's The Stand, tomorrow here on ABC. Parental discretion is advised.
Tuesday on an all-new Blue, the season finale is just 2 shows away.
Cops just blew that guy away for nothing.
And the precinct will never be the same.
I killed 2 men.
NYPD Blue, Tuesday. Viewer discretion is advised.
They walked the day they were born, then jogged and galloped soon after, guided by an inner voice called instinct. They were born for this day and this moment, born 3 years ago this spring, with the hope that on this day they'd be good enough to run in the Kentucky Derby. They played in their paddock for 1.5 years, but from then on it was time to go to school, learning to have a human being placed on their backs, among other things. Kindergarten stuff for a thoroughbred, but essential. Finally, learning to come out of that steel monster, the starting gate, as they will any minute now. Yes, it won't be long now. It won't be long now before they're in that starting gate. For our final look at the odds, let's go to Al Michaels.
All right, Jim, we have 4 minutes to post. Soul of the Matter breaks from the inside, 17-1. Valiant Nature at 12. Powis Castle is 20. Holy Bull will go off as the favorite. He's 2-1. He was 8-5 on the morning line. Strode's Creek is 7-1. Number 6, Gopher Gin is 9-1. Tabasco Cat is the third choice at 5-1. Bronco the second choice at 4-1. Southern Rhythm is 19-1. Bloomin' Affair, number 10, is 14-1. Candali was scratched about 3 hours ago, and the field at odds of 16-1. For some comparisons here, they're racing at Churchill Downs, Hollywood Park, and Belmont Park today. Notice Holy Bull 2-1 here. You get better odds, though, at Hollywood Park, and 3-1 at Belmont, which is very surprising. It's also surprising Tabasco Cat at longer odds out west than east, 8-1 at Hollywood, and Bronco 3-1 at Hollywood, 9-2 at Belmont. Jimmy Kroll just elected to the Hall of Fame. He's the trainer of Holy Bull. Jimmy, you said earlier you didn't think the track would hurt your horse. Let me ask it this way. Will this track help your horse more than the others, Jimmy?
I think it may. I mean, he likes it. The others may not like it.
Who do you think's going to go out with your horse at the break?
Well, I think the Panamanian horse probably, and Singen's Women Sam.
What was the last thing you said to Mike Smith as he took them out?
I told Mike he's on his own. He knew all about him.
And there is the horse. Good luck, Jimmy. Number 4, Holy Bull, the favorite at odds of 2-1. Burt Batrack has had a lot of thrills in his life. Burt, compare this to getting up and accepting an Oscar and all of the other great things you've done.
This is very, very exciting. If we won this race, I think it would actually top winning an Oscar.
Hey, Burt, you've been around racing a long time. You know there were a lot of backstretch whispers. A lot of people seem to think...
I couldn't hear you.
I was going to ask you about your horse's foot. Some people on the backstretch say that, you know, he's not quite 100%. Tell us about it.
I think, he wasn't 100% in the Lexington, and that foot's cleared up pretty good. We missed a little bit of training with him, but I look for him to run a big race today. Do I love being in the one hole? No. But can we do anything about it? No. So just everybody come back safe and sound. It would be a monumental thrill to win this one. You'd have to get an ambulance when we get me out of here.
All right, Burt, good luck to you.
Thank you.
The
field of 14 coming out of just one gate. In years past, several years in a row now, they've had to use the auxiliary gate at Churchill Downs because the main gate holds only 14 horses. So they all come out of one gate today. Again, the track is sloppy. There is Albert Broccoli, the producer, the man who brought us all of the James Bond movies, and now Brocco will try to give him a trip to the winner's circle. Again, the track has not been sloppy for a Derby since 1948, and there is Berry Gordy, quiet at the moment, reflective and pensive, but well, he'll be breaking into a big smile and a little dance in the song if Powis Castle winds up in the winner's circle. So it's all set. The scene has been set. 1:59.2 is the track and stakes record set by Secretariat in 73. There's a look at the Lucas family with Jeff Lucas and Linda, family and friends, looking on from Glendora. The horses are about ready to load, and for the call, let's go to Dave Johnson.
The starting gate positioned at the top of the stretch, about 4 horses in now, and post positions drawn by lot. There is Holy Bull, the favorite. Here is number 12, part of the mutual field, a fractious Ulysses with Jorge Chavez moving into line, and Ulysses only has 1 start in the United States. That was at Keeneland when he finished 3rd. Chavez riding his first Derby, and this horse does not want to go in to the big green monster a quarter of a mile from the finish line here at Churchill Downs. The assistant starters are ready to push him in. Might remind you that these are all 3-year-old horses. Universal birthday of January the 1st, even though Strode's Creek was born in the middle of May, so he really is only 2 racing against 3-year-olds. And he's kicking, and Ulysses, who did most of his running in Panama, does not like the Churchill Downs crowd or the starting gate. Now, we might mention that one of the problems with being in the early part of the gate is the amount of time you have to stand in there. So far, they've been in 1 minute and 28 seconds, but even though Burt Bacharach didn't like the rail, that has been the #1 post position with the most wins. Mahogany Hall, soundly beaten by Holy Bull last out of the Bluegrass. Willie Martinez riding his first Derby. The 5-horse is Strode's Creek, a horse with a lot of promise. Will he fulfill that promise this afternoon? There's Go for Gin. Chris McCarron, who won the Derby with Ali Shiva, is aboard. And there's Tabasco Cat. Good luck, Jeff.
Take it out.
Cat Day, the rider, probably the reason that this horse is getting more support at the windows than in some parts of the country. There's the 8-horse, Brocco, now over 10 minutes. Make that 2 minutes, 2 minutes and 10 seconds for the early horses. Smile and Sing and Sam, part of the mutual field. Southern Rhythm, Garrett Gomez riding the Derby for the first time. Jerry Bailey looking for 2 in a row. He took last year's with Sea Hero. And here is Meadow Flight, Shane Seller, Cajun. Shane is 0 for 4 in the Derby. Love to get this one. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Now we're ready, and they're up. And Ulysses from between horses goes for the early lead. Go for Gin is right up there, and Holy Bull toward the inside. The gray horse is behind a wall of 4 horses as they pass us for the first time. Go for Gin on the outside leads it. From between horses, Ulysses. Powis Castle on the inside, right there 3rd. Valiant Nature is 4th. On the outside, Tabasco Cat is 5th. Then Holy Bull 6th at this point. Between horses, 3 off the lead. Strode's Creek is in 7th position. On the outside, that's a Meadow Flight in the white cap at the rail. Brocco is moving up, and I believe Valiant Nature had a problem there around that turn. Then comes Bloomin' Affair. Soul of the Matter on the inside. Smilin' Singin' Sam. And on the outside, Meadow Flight is dropping back a bit. And then the last 2 horses, Southern Rhythm, and at the back of the pack, Mahogany Hall. The half in 47 and 1/5 seconds, but not on the front end to Holy Bull. He's 3 off of it. The leader is Go for Gin in front with Chris McCarron by a length and a quarter. Ulysses 2nd. Powis Castle on the outside 3rd, and there goes Smilin' Singin' Sam rushing up on the outside from 4th to 2nd quickly around the far turn. Go for Gin leads it. Smilin' Singin' Sam. Powis Castle between horses. Tabasco Cat with the white blinkers 4th. Holy Bull on the inside is still 5th, and Bracco is beginning to close ground out in the middle of the racetrack. Bracco is flying along with Strode's Creek. Bloomin' Affair is next. And on the inside, Holy Bull is dropping back. Holy Bull is out of it. He's about 9th at this point. Now they're in the stretch. Go for Jim, who's led from the start, has the lead. He's drawing off by 2 with McCarran. On the inside, Bracco is second. Here comes Strode's Creek in the middle of the racetrack. And down the stretch they come. It's Go for Jim digging in and holding on. He is going to win the Kentucky Derby. Wire to wire. He's eased under the wire. Chris McCarran gets his second Derby. Strode's Creek second. Bloomin' Affair third. There's Nick Zito. He gets the Derby for the second time. Strike the Gold got it for him in 91, along with Cornushy and Condren. They get it today on the front end. Wire to wire with Go for Jim. Big late close by Strode's Creek and Eddie Delahousie. Just out of your picture now for a big second place finish. And number 10, Bloomin' Affair, the fast closer from Jack Van Berg, finished third. So Holy Bull, the favorite, didn't get out of the gate. Again, the favorite fails in the Derby, off the board completely, was trapped between horses going to the clubhouse turn, but just didn't have it. Trained by Jimmy Kroll, a dejected Jimmy Kroll. The winner went off at 9-1. Holy Bull went off at 2-1. And Chris McCarran is home again. He won it with Ali Sheba, and now he wins it with Go for Jen. And Chris McCarran played musical saddles. He had all kinds of different mounts. He was on Ergen. And how about this? Chris McCarran gets Go for Jen and gets the roses, unofficially, from Churchill Downs. We'll be back with more of the color and excitement, the Winner's Circle ceremonies, after this brief timeout.
It's not surprising that people have been trading in cars for the Chrysler Town & Country minivan. What is surprising is which cars. And now, for 1994, the Chrysler Town & Country has a 3.8-liter high-torque engine, dual airbags, and exceeds 1998 car safety standards. Let the defections continue. The Chrysler Town & Country, an eloquent expression of form following function.
Created a computerized spreadsheet a decade ago. At 1, 2, 3, thousands of companies became more efficient. Today, they're giving corporations with employees in multiple locations the power to work together more effectively. Helping companies run more profitably has made Lotus a billion-dollar corporation in just 10 years. Where do you find companies so driven by the bottom line? Actually, there's a list of them printed every day. NASDAQ, the stock market for the next 100 years.
Thoroughbred Racing. Come share the feeling.
Believe me, after 15 seasons as a pro quarterback, I didn't opt for the early retirement plan. But hey, I still love to compete, and I still get sore. That's when I take Motrin IB.
For pain, clinical tests prove that 2 Motrin IB work better than 2 extra-strength Tylenol. And Motrin IB is the same Motrin doctors prescribe, but in non-prescription strength.
I'm not about to take this retirement business lying down.
Motrin IB. It's fast, it's powerful.
For me, it's the one that works.
What makes a city? Tall buildings pushing against the sky, pulsing arteries of concrete, water, and steel. Is a city merely commerce and commotion? A city, a cosmopolis, must be about more than transfers of information and material. The true city, a true community is about people. Louisville, a city without limits.
T-minus 3, 2, 1. We have ignition and lift. We have liftoff.
The World Cup blasts off this summer on ABC.
The results are still unofficial, but Go for Gin crosses the finish line first. Strode's Creek with a late charge second. Bloomin' Affair coming on to finish third. And the time 2:03.3 over a sloppy track, the first such track for the Kentucky Derby since 1948. And for Chris McCarron, he was in the winner's circle in 1987 with Ali Sheba. For Nick Zito, the trainer of this horse, he was in the winner's circle with Strike the Gold back in 1991. Traditionally, the blanket of roses, more than 500 roses adorning the blanket. And Chris McCarron helping to adorn his horse, who has given him his second Derby victory. The result's still unofficial, but he'll pay in the neighborhood of $20. And Strode's Creek finished second. He went off at odds of 7-1. We'll go back right now and begin to review the race as we wait for the results to become official. The winner is number 6.
Go for Gin has a little bit of a problem. He comes over on Tabasco Cat out of the 7-hole, and you'll see that it was not the easiest of trips for those two. Let's watch for the first time. It doesn't look like Holy Bull had any problem out of the 4, but clear and right to the front. Go for Gin on the inside with the red cap. That is Ulysses, the speedball from Panama, who gave him so much trouble going into the gate. And with the white blinkers on the outside, that's Tabasco Cat.
And it was McCarron finding his way to the front, setting all of the fractions, and Valiant Nature also making a good early run.
But Valiant Nature had a problem on the first turn. It looks like he slid a little bit. At this point, Go for Gin takes command. Ulysses on the inside. Powis Castle with a good race early. Onto the backstretch.
And a head-on look, and the great thing on a muddy track is if you're out in front, you get no mud kicked in your face.
Ulysses with the red cap at the rail. There's your eventual winner. Go for Gin. Here is Tabasco Cat, who was floated a bit wide. And with the white noseband, that's Powis Castle. Strode's Creek back here in the second flight.
The results are now official, and we'll get you the prices momentarily as we take a look now as the horses begin to come into the far turn.
Here's Go for Gin in front, Powis Castle with the noseband second, and toward the inside, here comes Gary Stevens with Bracco on the inside with a big move, but not in the last eighth of a mile.
But McCarron has things all his way. A challenge from Strode's Creek at the end, but Chris McCarron with some light left-handed whipping and then hand-riding him home as he crosses the finish line. McCarron looking at the board. He is the winner, looks behind him, sees Strode's Creek finishing second, and the results are official, yet the prices have not been posted here at Churchill Downs. And now they come up with the winner paying $20.20. And Nick Zito making his way to the winner's circle. $20.20, $8.40 to place, $5.80 to show. Strode's Creek, $7.80 and $6. And the 10-horse Bloomin' Affair paying $8. The Exacta, $184. And the Trifecta, 6, 5, and 10, $2,351.40. And let's go to Chelsea.
Well, speed in the mud is always dangerous, but we all thought it would be Holy Bull with the speed. And for Mike Smith aboard Holy Bull, your whole trip was a disaster. He never showed any speed at all.
No, he really didn't. I guess it just wasn't meant to be. He was moving around there a little bit, but he always kind of does. He's very quick anyway. Sometimes he's even quicker when he is moving around. But today he just kind of got away from there flat-footed, and of course after that he kind of got wiped out. But that usually happens whenever a horse don't break. And then every step I try to take was a wrong one. I really can't come up with no ideas of why he did that.
We're going to watch him break here, and he did kind of get off a bit slow there.
He got away really bad, like I said, and no fault of nobody's. It was just one of them things. You can't have one standing any better. I mean, he was up on all fours and just didn't get away.
All right, not a very good day for a Holy Bull, but right now we'll go to Al Michaels.
All right, Charles, see, it's interesting. Gopher Gin changing his running style. He used to go wire to wire. Then he tried to come from behind. He goes back to the old style, and he wins by 2 over Strode's Creek. Bloomin' Affair 3rd. Then Bracco. Soul of the Manor winds up 5th. Tabasco Cat comes in 6th. Southern Rhythm never fired and finished 12 lanes back. Then there was Powis Castle, Mahogany Hall, Smilin', Singin', Sayin', Meadow Flight, Holy Bull, the 15th favorite in a row. Not to win. 18 back, Valiant Nature 19, and Ulysses, who was a pest early on, faded to dead last, 33 lanes behind. Similar scene in 91, except Giles Brophy not here any longer. He was bought out by the other two. Here's Zito.
Fast as you can. I love you, John. I love you. I love you, John. I love you, John. This is the great. I love you, America. I love you. I love my kids. I love everybody.
Normally, it's the trainers calming the owners down. Not so there with Zito and Condren and Cornacchia. Their horse, as if you can't tell, just won the Kentucky Derby.
Great Triple Crown finishes presented by the Travelers Insurance Companies. In the 1992 Kentucky Derby, Lily T was a long shot on more than the odds board. He was foaled in Pennsylvania, a state that had never produced a Derby winner. But Lily T and jockey Pat Day would change that. Day waited patiently while odds-on favorite Arazi made a bold bid to pass him on the far turn. But in the stretch, Lily T was the strongest as he outdueled Casual Lies to win the Run for the Roses.
To everyone worried about the rising cost of quality health care, come in under the experience of one of America's largest managed health care networks. To everyone concerned about ensuring the future or having the security to reflect on the past, come in under the strength of more than $100 billion in assets. Come in where dreams have been protected for 130 years under America's umbrella, the Travelers Insurance Companies.
Saturday on an all-new Commish. One of these 4 people will lose their life. It's an incredible series of events leading up to next week's season finale of the Commish, Saturday.
Here on ABC.
Brockport gave me the chance to test the waters. Every student needs that.
I believe Brockport graduates are better prepared for today's job environment.
SUNY Brockport is proud to be Rochester's public university, keeping a world of learning within reach for everyone.
In healthcare, as in life, some things have a way of changing right before our eyes. At GHI, being on top of those changes in technology, administrative, and cost containment programs is an important part of our managed care plan. But just as important are the things we wouldn't dream of changing, like our dedication to people's well-being and the quality the name GHI has stood for over half a century. GHI, the good news in healthcare.
Super Doppler, only on News Source 13.
ABC's Wide World of Sports presentation of the Kentucky Derby continues.
Back at the Derby, Gopher Gin the winner, and a program note tonight, High Adventure, the network premiere of The Rocketeer on the Saturday night movie beginning at 8 o'clock, 7 Central. Then a shocking new episode of The Commish, all tonight in primetime right here on ABC. Here is Jim McKay. Jim?
Thanks very much, Al. Well, this morning only 3 people knew they were going to be here this afternoon. Governor Brereton Jones, Tom Meeker, the president of Churchill Downs, and I. Tom, what a wonderful job you've done over a decade here of innovations and improvements and making Churchill Downs just the greatest racetrack it could be.
Well, Churchill Downs is great, but the Kentucky Derby is the greatest, and you witnessed that today. I mean, despite the weather and everything, the race was just great. And I can't be more complimentary to Nick Zito, who's done just such a wonderful job for racing. Right now, I'd like to introduce our governor, Brereton C. Jones, governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Thank you very much, Tom. I may be a little prejudiced, but I happen to think thoroughbred racing is the greatest sport in the world, and there's no question that the Kentucky Derby is the greatest 2 minutes in all of sports. So it's a great pleasure for me to be here today to make the presentation of the winner's trophy. You know, it's always very special when you can give it to good friends, and for a guy like Nick Zito, who's one of the great trainers in America and one of the finest people and one of the greatest ambassadors for racing, to be able to come back with Chris McCarron and Mr. Condren and his partners, and to be able to present this trophy is a great pleasure for me.
Nobody deserves it more than these fellas. After Strike the Gold won the Derby, he lost a dozen races in a row, but they stayed with the horse. They stayed with their trainer. It paid off then, and now that partnership has paid off again. Congratulations, Bill.
Thank you very much, Jim.
Congratulations, Joe. You assure me, right, that the drinks are on you at the Pine Tree Golf Club tonight?
Pine Tree are on me.
Yeah, okay.
And all the good guys at Wheatley and all over.
All right. Won it in 91, and they've done it again. Chris, we're going to get to you in a minute. Nicky, congratulations. You do know how to bring a horse to the Derby. He had lost in 3 prep races coming up here, but he was ready today.
Yes, he was. He's a fighter, and he tries hard, and that's what the Derby's about, and the Derby's the industry, and I'm so glad, and I thank God to be part of the wonderful industry we're in.
Gentlemen, there are a lot of crab cakes waiting 2 weeks from now in Baltimore. Are you going to be there?
I hope we're there with bells on.
No question, right?
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay, that, of course, would be the Preakness Stakes. Coming up in just a minute, Chrysler Corporation has a presentation for the winning jockey, and he'll be looking at the race again with us, too.
Jack Nicklaus hosts the Memorial Tournament, May 21st on ABC.
Most people retire to Northern California for the gentle climate. Neil McBain came here to race in the fabled Monterey Historic. And Dean Witter was with him every mile of the way.
Respect the power of a client's dream and help them achieve it.
That's why 11 years ago, Dean Witter mapped out Neil's financial course with one goal in mind. Victory. Dean Witter.
We measure success one investor at a time.
One shot. That's all it takes for weeds. Roundup.
Usually Johnny sprays the Krylon spray paint and I get it on me. Not this time.
Look, no runs, no drips, no errors. Dries to the touch in minutes.
The other brand's tacky.
Good job.
I'm a pro.
For a fast, smooth, professional finish, get Krylon.
Nature's masterpiece. In over 100 years, only 11 thoroughbreds have won the Triple Crown. From Sir Bart to the great rivalry between Affirmed and Alydar. Their compelling story, written and narrated by Jim McKay, is chronicled in a collector's home video. The Jewels of the Triple Crown. Call 1-800-4ABC-VCR for this historic treasury filled with rare and exclusive footage of these legendary champions. Only $19.98 plus $3.95 shipping.
Sunday, it's all new. Lois and Lex are closer to the altar.
You are driving us farther and farther apart.
Neither Clark nor I will ever support your marriage to Lois.
And even the Man of Steel can't silence the wedding bells.
Do you, Lois, take this man to be your wedded husband?
The season finale of Lois and Clark Sunday.
Here on ABC.
Well, this is the kind of day that makes horse racing one of the most intriguing things in the world. We all thought if Holy Bull was going to lose, it was because he'd get burned out in the first half mile. And then bango, here goes Go for Gin all the way. It's no surprise if you looked at the handicap sheets, you knew he was good on an off track, and he did it today. And his connections are New York, New York, right out of Guys and Dolls, and they're going to add a lot of spice to this Triple Crown series. As we move north toward Baltimore now in the Preakness, the parade is led by Go for Gin, because Go for Gin decided to go for it today. Jim McKay?
All right, we're over here again. Thank you, Jack. Here is Steve Torek, General Manager of the Chrysler Division of the Chrysler Motor Corporation, with the keys.
Thank you, Jim. Chris, congratulations on a great race, second Derby win. On behalf of Chrysler Corporation, the Chrysler Division, and all of our dealers, a bunch of whom are in the stands watching today, I'd like to present you with the keys to a brand new Chrysler LHS.
Oh, thank you very much.
I think you'll enjoy that ride, too.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to thank Chrysler for being such a great sponsor and great supporter of our sport. It's the greatest sport in the world, and we're deeply indebted for that. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Okay, now, Chris, first time you've ever ridden Go for Gin. Jerry Bailey, who won the race last year, took off him to ride Ergun, who had to be scratched after an injury. It's the way things happen, but you had no problem.
Yeah, again, it's a question of being in the right place at the right time, Jim. I worked him last Sunday, and I was so impressed with him that I went home and I talked my reluctant wife into coming here because I thought our chances improved greatly after I got a feel for the horse, and I got to feel what he could do.
Here we are in the backstretch on that cable cam we have now. Pretty good shot.
That's a terrific shot. It's really neat the way they just follow the horses like that.
Where are you?
I'm in front, and I just pulled some goggles down so I could improve my peripheral vision, so I could kind of hear and see horses coming up on the outside of me. I was a little startled by this horse moving so quickly. I guess it's Smiling Singing Sam.
Now, your horse isolated.
He's going very well. He's got his ears pinned, and he's just kind of going along, holding horses off, and he's only running as hard as he has to. I geared him down a little bit right here, and he responded. And when I stepped on the pedal at the 3/16 pole, he cut. I was very, very thrilled with that.
There you are, headed for home.
I was really happy when I looked back under my legs and I didn't see anybody coming. He kind of drifted out a little bit late.
Drifted out, but hit that finish line in front of all the rest, winning the Kentucky Derby. Go for Gin. Well, 2 weeks, we're all going to be in Baltimore for the Preakness Stakes, second leg of the Triple Crown. Congratulations again to the winning owners, to Nicky the trainer, to you, Chris McCarron.
Thank you very much, Jim.
Speaking of Nicky Zito, what does it mean to win the Kentucky Derby? Let's watch him one more time and listen. See you in Baltimore.
Tomorrow on ABC Sports, golf's greats team up for the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf. Next Saturday, ABC's Wide World of Sports presents special performances from the Durasoft Colors World Challenge of Champions. Now, except on the West Coast, stay tuned for your local news at World News Saturday over most of these ABC stations. ABC's Wide World of Sports presentation of the Kentucky Derby has been brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth, a division of the Chrysler Corporation, the NASDAQ Stock Market, the Travelers Insurance Companies, and the makers of Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.